All right.
Yeah,
Let's see here. Well, I am a former Navy SEAL. I don't know. Do you know what a Navy SEAL is?
I think I know the name.
Okay. Well, go look them up. Go see what it is. And but I'll tell you, as a now I'm 31 years old. I just turned 31 yesterday.
Wow,
Uh,
happy birthday.
thank you. I say some of the biggest takeaways that I've learned like now in my life. A Navy SEAL, I'll just tell you, they're the military's number one fighting force. We're like GI Joes. Okay, we're like the best of the best of the entire military from over the world. And the reason
Wow.
why, like the number one military force, and the reason why we are like that is due to a couple like core values that we hold ourselves to. And this is what I probably tell myself is to one, never get comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
When you get comfortable in life, it leads to complacency. And when you get complacent, you start making mistakes, and
Yep.
you're not actively pushing yourself to become a better version of yourself, and you fall back on lazy habits and things
Yep.
like that. And it's very evident, even in my life today, when I get comfortable in selling real estate and stuff like that, that you'll fall back on. The next thing would be, it would probably be always have integrity.
Mm-hmm.
Integrity, the definition of integrity, or at least my definition, is doing the right thing even when nobody's watching.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's not always the easiest. It's the hardest thing to do is the right thing. It's
Yeah.
easy to do the wrong thing. And if you carry yourself with integrity, you'll never have to worry about anything. Honestly,
Yeah.
you'll always be able to hold your head high, and you'll always be able to look yourself in the mirror at the end of the day and never have any regrets. And then I'd say one of the last things is, in the military, we're not in there for ourselves. We're in there for our brother. We're in there to serve other people at the end of the
Mm-hmm.
day, and being completely selfless in life. If you are completely selfless, it will always come back to you. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter what religion you're in, anything like that. But if you always look out for other people, people will notice, and they will always look after you. It may not seem like it in the immediate sense right then and there, but over the long term, you
Yeah.
will it will come back, and life's way better when you're looking out for other people.
Yeah.
I
Definitely.
do this thing on Instagram called "Make Someone's Day," where we just go and people slide into Instagram. They message me, and I take 3 requests, and we'll go buy somebody an ice cream or send them flowers, or maybe send them an Uber to go pick them up from somewhere or something like that. But if you always look out for other people, I believe that's what we are designed to do on this earth is to take care of other people. So
Definitely.
those are kind of like the 3 main things that I would probably go back and tell myself. Did you have any? What questions do you have?
Well, first off, I want to say thank you for your service. That obviously being the best of the best, it can't be easy. So I thank you so much for that. That's so cool. Um, I don't know. I mean, I guess my question is, I think you've shared a lot of great points and a lot of great value systems and everything that we should all be doing anyways, but it's a great reminder to always keep those in mind and keep those at the forefront of your mind. I guess I have a question. Are there any skills that you've developed maybe in real estate or being a Navy SEAL that you didn't really see yourself like learning or doing or anything like that? You're like, wow, I never would have thought I would have to do this right now.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, there's a lot of skills, but I will say something that would be more extremely relevant to yourself would be you can always push yourself further and farther than you think. So there's a thing called Hell Week
Okay.
when becoming a Navy SEAL. Okay, you do 3 weeks of intense training. You're up at 4 in the morning and you go to bed at midnight every day, and you're running, you're jumping in the ocean, and then you're rolling around in the sand with all your clothes on, so you're wet and you're sandy all day long. Okay, you're doing this throughout the entire day. So after 3 weeks of that, you're exhausted, you're beat down. I mean, you're running 30 something miles a week. All right, your legs, you're just sore. Then you do 1 week, which is called Hell Week, where you're awake from Sunday all the way to Friday, and you don't sleep at all.
Wow.
Sunday to Friday, you don't sleep at all, and you're constantly running around. You're doing about 30 miles a day. So you run about 150 miles in a week, and you have a boat on your head. You're gonna, yeah, right?
Like a,
Look
like
up boat,
oh,
boats on
okay.
heads. Let me see if I can share something real quick here.
Okay.
Navy SEAL. There we go. 1 second. Actually, it's not working. If you look it up, are you able to look Google it?
Yeah, I can Google it. Do you want me to like share my screen or something?
No, yeah. I mean, you can go ahead and take a look at it. You'll understand. Navy SEAL boats on heads.
Oh, like an actual boat, like a huge boat.
Yeah, like an actual boat
Wow.
on. And you run around. You do over 115 miles with that on your head.
Wow.
I never thought in a million years that my body could withstand something like that.
That's incredible.
And what I'd say is do something. You don't have to go out and be a Navy SEAL or something like that, but do something physically challenging to yourself. You will live. You're not going to die. You'll be totally fine. Okay. It's going to suck. But sometimes you got to do something that sucks. But if you put it into perspective, it's really not that bad.
Mm-hmm.
So me going through Hell Week and staying up for 7 days straight, now when I have to stay up until 11 o'clock or midnight just to do a presentation, it's not really, if I really compare it in perspective, it's really not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
But I feel like, again, it goes back to what I first said. People get really comfortable and they don't push themselves hard enough. They believe that I joined the Navy SEAL to find out what my limit was. And I found out that I actually have no limit. And that's what people in life don't understand is that. And you hear everybody say it's all in your head. Honestly, to be a Navy SEAL, I cheated on my physical fitness tests. I cheated on it, okay?
Okay.
All right. And there should have been no reason why I should have been a Navy SEAL because I wasn't physically fit to do it, so to say. Well, once I got in, I kept training and kept pushing myself. I'm like, all right, hey, I got in, and now I have to prove myself. And what I found out was that a lot of the guys, there was Olympic swimmers, Olympians, professional football players, basketball players that were all in the same class with me when I went through. They all quit. Because in life, maybe they've had things go real simple and stuff like that. But I'll say, they've been naturally gifted to where they didn't deal with a lot of failure. And when you deal with a lot of failure, you're able to rise every time you fail. You're like, hey, no big deal. You get knocked right down, you get right back up. And that's just kind of how it was. And it was all in your head.
Definitely. That's great advice. Thank you so much for sharing. That is so cool. It definitely puts into perspective how everything is really in your head and you can push through if you have the drive, I guess, because there are plenty of people who can, but they just don't have that, I guess, drive to keep pushing when it's really hard.
Yeah, absolutely. And when something hurts, and you're going to go through it in life. We all do. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There was a philosopher called Winneker. Winneker had this philosophy. He said Winneker's box. There was a beetle, and everybody has a beetle. Now you can change the word for a beetle for like a box. Everybody has a box, and when I open my box, I can only see what's in my box. You can't see what's in my box, and I can't see what's in yours. But what's in my box, I believe, is greater than what's in yours. Mm-hmm. And we substituted box for pain. Everybody has pain in their life. What your pain is going to be different than what my pain is at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But find out what my true pain was losing my dad on Father's Day. Okay. That was true pain to me. So again, when you put it all into perspective, if I told you right now, I said, you have to do 3,000 push-ups. All right. You'd be like, oh my God, that's going to be miserable. I go, well, would you rather do 3,000 push-ups or what do you think is harder? Like 3,000 push-ups or losing your mom? You'd be like, I'll do 3,000 push-ups. 3,000 easy. I'll knock out 3,000 push-ups right now. You know what I mean? Because that, and you always put it in perspective because at the end of the day, somebody keeps calling me. Life really isn't as bad as we think it is. I mean, sure. We're in America. It is a great place.
Yeah.
We have life so good. Even even homeless people here still have life better than in most countries. And so I always stay optimistic. I don't know. I think and if you stay optimistic, optimism, you will always be successful if you're optimistic. If you're pessimistic and you always think negatively, you know. Now, question: what do you want to do? Like, and now, how old are you now?
I'm 17.
17 years old, senior year in high school. Is that right?
Yes.
Awesome. Are you excited?
Excited for turning 18.
Being done with high school.
I guess.
Yeah. And do you work right now?
I work with my dad.
Oh, doing the disc stuff.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now, what do you want to be when you grow up?
So I turn 18 in August, so I'm gonna kind of jump into the business with my dad, financial industry, and then the first goal is when I turn 25, I want to be financially free by the age of 25.
Wow, that's huge. Now, what does that
I
look
guess
like
I will be. I mean, I'm aware that financial freedom can change, and I don't have like a specific number of like specific financial freedom because economy changes, things change. Right now, at least to get to $1 million by that age in revenue would be cool.
Awesome. That's awesome. So you said something which I love, but I also want to put something back into a little bit more perspective for you. You said, I will, right?
Yeah.
Like, I will.
Yes.
Love it. But also just realize this, life changes.
Yeah.
When you said to yourself, I will do something, let's say something drastic happens in your life. It's uncontrollable. I will do everything in my power to be financially free at 25 instead of you will. Because as long as you do everything possible, as you do everything, then hey, you've reached your goal to try to be financially free. But you can't control it. Like when I wanted to be a Navy SEAL, I could not say I will be a Navy SEAL. Why? Because I didn't know at the end of the day.
Sure.
But what I knew was that I would give every single thing I had in my life to become one. And if that didn't make it at the end of the day, hey, you know what? At least I gave everything I had. Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely.
And so, because I've seen some people, sorry, I love Sour Patch, so I'm snacking on Sour Patch over here.
Yeah, no problem.
Some people, they set goals for themselves and they're absolutes, but then it happens, it doesn't happen, and it derails them completely.
Sure.
So,
yeah, I totally understand that. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So what other things, what do you do for fun?
I used to figure skate. I've been figure skating since I was 5. So over
Really?
a decade by now. Yeah. But it's kind of hard right now with COVID. Like we had a bunch of shutdowns and like there's a bunch of new restrictions in skating, so I don't really do that anymore. But I do a decent amount of things. I have a really good interest in like video editing and stuff like that and animation. So that's kind of what I do now since we're all kind of inside. Are you using
like Final Cut Pro? Like what are you using?
No, I use After Effects.
Oh, gotcha.
Adobe. Yeah, I use Adobe.
Nice. And you love that or what?
Yes.
I used to code websites when I was younger.
Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah, I taught myself HTML originally and then PHP and then Python and stuff like that when I was 18 to I think 24, just about.
That's cool. I've learned a bit of coding. I used to do like robots and stuff. But like that's way back. Like I was at least like 10 or something. I was really young. So I did it for like a few courses, but that's not it.
Nice. That's awesome. So what have you been finding out? What's been an overall theme from people that you have interviewed?
Listen to people who are where you want to be. So listen to successful people and having that circle of good, successful people to be around. I'd say being true to, I guess, yourself and your values. So like don't derail because of other people and don't be persuaded by like other people's no's and don't let that get you down, and kind of, I guess, still persevering when you reach hard points and realizing that the outcome is going to be worth it if you just push through. And I think those are the top 3 advice I've been given. A decent amount of people have said that. So I think those come to mind right now.
Yeah. So like on that last one, persevering, this is my 4th year in real estate. Okay. Selling real estate. This year will be my first $1 million year as well in real estate.
That's so cool. Congrats.
Thank you. But I will say persevering with being a Navy SEAL go hand in hand. We have to persevere through so many hard challenges and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Hey, when you think the fight's over, it's just begun. I love when my back is to the wall. When my back is to the wall and I'm cornered, that is when I thrive the most, and that is when you should thrive the most, because when that happens, that's when the majority of people fall away.
Mm-hmm.
And so, now you may not see it as like a young entrepreneur yourself, because maybe you're by yourself or whatnot, but you will see it in your friends that you're with when it gets hard, such as COVID. All right, let's say COVID for entrepreneurs and stuff like that, like in the very beginning and like different businesses. Those who pushed hard ended up being successful in the end. And when we were going through training, every time somebody would quit, our class started with 256 people that wanted to become a Navy SEAL. Okay, and this was just, there's 6 classes a year, 256. It is a volunteer program. You can leave whenever you want. If it gets too hard, you just quit and walk away. That's it. You're done. You still have to stay in the military, and you go to a really, really bad job in the military. You literally go from being the most prestigious job in the military to cleaning toilets, which still has its own role, but it's a lot different.
Yeah, definitely.
Role there. Every time somebody when they quit, they have to ring a bell 3 times, and it's humiliating, and it's publicly saying, "Hey, I quit." Every time though that bell rang, I got filled with energy, because I realized that I'm that much closer to the statistic of being successful in what I wanted to be.
Yeah.
And when things, what? Go ahead.
No, I was just saying that's so cool.
And literally, you would people would quit. You're like, yeah, like it. I mean, yes, it sucks that they quit, but look, I'm that much closer to being good. Like, all they had to do was just stay there.
Yeah.
All they had to do was just persevere through, not give up, never give up. I mean, I have a buddy, and this just talks about the mindset. I want you to look up Jason Redmond. Google right now, Jason Redmond's hospital letter.
Okay.
All right, picture of it. Now, before you read it, hold on, don't read it yet.
Okay.
Was shot like 7 or 8 times.
Sorry?
My buddy was shot 7 or 8 times.
Okay.
In combat. Blew part of his face off, blew his shattered his bones in his arms, in his legs, almost died. Okay. And this was the letter that he had next to his hospital door. Go ahead and read that for a second.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, that's really powerful.
Yeah. Off of sheer just mental tenacity, he will overcome and he's extreme optimism.
Mm-hmm.
Extreme optimism about growth and about himself and about pushing forward. And don't ever listen to other people.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Well, thank you so much for sharing. You've shared so much great information, definitely some new takes that are really, I think, amazing to hear. And I really appreciate you taking the time and sharing so much amazing information. It's been such a great call. I've learned so much, and I really appreciate you taking the time today.
Absolutely, you got it. And if there's anything you ever need, go ahead. Here, you can take my phone number down. You can give me a call. You can do anything. Email me, and I'll answer anything you need.
Of course. Well, thank you so much for saying that. I appreciate it. Have a great day.
You too. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.